Hello and welcome to Yerushalmi Berachos Daf Nun Aleph. I want to share one thought about davening towards the base of Hamikdash, even the Chorbano when it's not here with us. It's to be rebuilt soon. So the Gemara says that everyone is mechuvin. They daven towards Eretz Yisrael and they daven towards the Kodesh HaKodashim, and it says that Nimsa Kol Yisrael Mispalin Al Makom Echad. So I was always curious. It emerges that all the Jews daven to one place. So I think that part of tefillah is this specific thing. It's the unity of Klal Yisrael, meaning there's one element that we all turn towards Hashem, which is a great humbler. For example, I was once taking a trip with my kids and driving through a very rich and deserted neighborhood where each house had a few miles in between. And one of my kids said, if you're Jewish, you can't live here because you don't have a shul. How are you going to daven in shul on Shabbos? And I thought to myself, you could own these huge acres, but if you're a Jew, you have to be part of a community. There's a certain element that going to the shul is, breaks you in and makes you that you're equal. You still need another, 9 people to join with you in order to be able to have a minyan. And there's this element of tefillah that everybody davens in one place, and it's very, very powerful. Now, the first the Gemara brings a raya that says that everybody davens towards the base of Hamikdash while it was built. It says, Ki basi base tefillah yikari l'chol amim, and also it says Amar Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, Hu ha'hechal lefanai, and we darshan lefanim. The sanctuary is which all the faces turn. Here it is. Hechal shekol panim pano. All the faces turn there. Then it says Ad Kidon Bibinyano. That's while it was built. But B'Chabana Minai, how do I know that everyone still davens towards Yerushalmi when it's built? So Amar Rav Avan Bani Talpiyos. So it's built as a landmark. And the Gemara Darshan, the famous drasha, which is in Bavli and Yerushalmi, Tel Shekol Pios Mispalim. It's the edifice that all mouths daven. So I was bothered by a couple of things. First of all, I was bothered by why is it that it seems very shallow to say all mouths turn there. Like the most external thing of davening is my mouth is moving, but really my face is turning towards Hashem and looking towards you, which is the earlier pasuk, or more importantly, perhaps, right? My heart, tachin libam, tachshavaz necha, like the Taz brings down that remez of the Gemara, that our heart is turning towards Hashem. And the Gemara even later on says a very beautiful thing, that panav lamala, Hashem's face kaviyachol is above, and the ein of libo lamata, and his eyes and his heart are down. So Hashem is looking to connect with us. So what's the pshat here? So I believe that actually is the pshat, meaning that while the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed, Heichal Shekol Panim Ponimo, then we turned our face towards Hashem. Yisa Hashem Panav Elecha. That's the ultimate connection when the Beis Hamikdash was there. But nowadays there's a disconnect that B'Chorban Minayin, because Talpiyos, it's all the mouths, it's the most external thing, that it's hard to connect to Hashem in our heart. And that's our avodah shebalev, which is to connect. But that's a chisaron, that we can't connect to Hashem in that deep way. And of course we should strive for that. But that is actually the externality of it. Tel shekola pios mispalalav, that it's the most external part about it, that our mouths are there. Agav, I heard B'Shem Ray Heidemann a very interesting thing, which is that a lot of people think that when it comes to facing towards Yerushalayim, that they take out a compass and they just say, what's the quickest way to get there? What he called was the crow's path about how they drive, how you would fly there. And he actually said, or Heidemann actually poskened, that the halacha is actually, and this is nogea for a lot of shuls, which is that it does not go by how the crow would get there. It goes by how the airplane would fly. And since the airplane takes a southeast route to get there, that's actually, the southeast is actually the way to face towards Yerushalayim, as opposed to the northeast, which a lot of people think is the closest and fastest way if you just look at a map. That's actually wrong. The way that you would get there is the way that you daven. And that's an interesting ara. Obviously, you should ask a shayla if you're building a shul and having that distinction. But what I believe, aside for all the poskim that he's basing it on, but what I believe just from a hashkafic standpoint is that that's exactly what we're looking at. We're looking at how do I get there, and that's what we're trying to. All of Klal Yisrael is longing for Yerushalayim. We should be zocheh to be united there soon.